Oh man, what a weekend, Ravens vlog. What a weekend, NFL fans. Oh man, I have so much to catch up on with you guys, and we all come on, we all know what I'm going to talk about, and there's a lot of stipulations because of that. And we'll get into that in a little bit, but first of all, thank you so much for joining the show today. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video. Let's dive into the latest and obvious. Max Crosby is officially a Raven. Ravens took up the rest of his deal from Vegas, which means that the deal has 3 years remaining on it. The Ravens went all in. And there's a lot of things that said to me about how this deal went. Because, first of all, the Ravens traded 2 first-round picks for Max Crosby. 2, not 1, 2. That is selling a soul for Eric DeCosta, pretty much. And, whoa, just whoa. We get the best edge run stopper in the league. We get the best pressure edge in the league. Whoa, we get a dog. Like, mind you, I've said before, maybe I want to trade Hendrickson just because he's a little bit younger, but come on. I am all for this. All for this. And what we gave for Max Crosby, oh man, this tells me a lot about, all of that. Because usually Eric DeCosta loves his picks. Loves them. We'll get any and all of them. But this just tells me his hand was forced. He was like, fine, we're not developing anymore. We got to go for the now. And I think Steve Bisciotti told him that because maybe his seat's hot. I don't know, but we get Max Crosby. Holy, I'm buying his jersey. Like that'll be when his jersey will be sold out across America, but at least in Baltimore. And I'm getting mine. Holy, because, wow. All right. Max Crosby is officially a Raven? Oh, this just means that the Ravens are just all in on their defense. Jesse Minter is going to have a field day. Max Crosby, Kyle Hamilton, Mike Green, Nate Wiggins. Oh, my Lord in heaven. This defense is going to be feared. And by the way, Matt BK coming back? Oh, and that's the way that it's looking like? Oh, my Lord. Jesse Minter, and Anthony Weaver are just going to be they're going to be sitting there what can we do on this defense? What can we, how far are we willing to take this? Do we really want to be the bullies? Do we want to kick them while they're down? Yes, you do. And by the way, it's bittersweet for me when Joe Burrow, apparently on a stream, on Jamar Chase's stream, called Jamar Chase or texted him and told him the news of the deal, and Jamar Chase just crashed out. I was like, yes. This defense is going to be feared again. This defense is going to just be glorious. And the Ravens are all in. They want that Super Bowl ring so badly, and they're doing the coaching hires have been A+. This right here, making a splash in the free agency, Eric DeCosta promised us it, and there it is. And I bet you there are going to be more to come. By the way, Huntley is staying as well. Tyler Huntley is staying on the Ravens as QB2 to Lamar Jackson. Contract extended was just announced earlier this weekend, or last weekend. And I'm all for this as well. I wanted Tyler Huntley to stay because simply he is a great backup behind Lamar Jackson. Great backup behind Lamar Jackson. The Cooper Rush thing was an absolute... I think that was a John Harbaugh thing because he saw, Cooper Rush succeed, at least have some success in Dallas, and said, we can get this guy, and he could probably, have some success for us, and that didn't work at all. Mind you, we used to have success with a pocket passer, which is what Cooper Rush is. That success came from Joe Flacco, but it's a different Ravens team where we utilize a quarterback like Lamar Jackson, and Tyler Huntley is a quarterback like Lamar Jackson. Obviously not on Lamar Jackson's level, but anyway, we are keeping Snoop. And another great news to hear. It's just wow. Like, we got Crosby, we got Snoop. What else can we do? You know, like, Snoop has been a really good backup to have, especially in this last season when he finally, the Ravens re-signed him and put him on the practice squad. Then he was signed to the active roster because Cooper Rush was, and that was a failure. No offense to Cooper Rush, it just wasn't his system. And then Huntley just went off in the games that he played in, and he looked really good. Some fans, not myself, were saying, let's have Huntley go in there until Lamar Jackson's fully healthy. Mind you, I want Lamar Jackson to play, and it just looked like that Lamar Jackson wasn't 100% when he was playing after that hamstring. I get the fan, calling for that, but let's just be happy with what we have now. Tyler Huntley is the Ravens' backup for the foreseeable future, and he said it himself. Only reason he stayed in Baltimore was because of Lamar Jackson. Because he loves Lamar Jackson, and he has a brotherhood with Lamar Jackson, loves the team, but Lamar Jackson was the reason why he stayed, because loves that guy. And it just makes sense. We don't need to go after a backup that, again, in the free agency or in the draft, because we got Tyler Huntley. I mentioned this in a previous video. If we weren't going to keep Tyler Huntley, we would probably have to look in the draft for a rookie quarterback, and I would much rather have us preferred Tyler Huntley. And look what happened. We kept Tyler Huntley. Like that. It's Max Crosby, Tyler Huntley. What else is there? There's one more thing that I'm hearing around the Ravens network here, is that, mind you, the tapering period for the free agency starts March 11th. That's in a couple of days. So there's not a lot of time to do this. But from what I'm hearing, is that the Linderbaum contract, mind you, this is a rumor. We are addressing this rumor. Is that the Linderbaum contract is finalized. It's all done. The Ravens are just waiting till today or sometime before March 11th to announce it. And this would be so bittersweet because a lot of teams, but Bears are one of them, most notably because they're going to make an aggressive push for Tyler Linderbaum. For teams that have released their centers and have been eyeing him because he is possibly the number one center that is going to get picked up in the free agency, depending on if this rumor is true or not. It would just be so bittersweet if the Ravens announced we have extended Tyler Linderbaum, and then the Bears are like, or any other team that was anticipating Tyler Linderbaum to hit the open market, just to go, oh, we need to scramble now. But it would be such a devious move by the Ravens to say, hold on, wait a minute, let's like have their hopes up a little bit and then just take it away. That is such a devious move, and I am all for it because, for one thing, just to completely slide the carpet out from under some teams that are currently in the waiting period, like just waiting and waiting and waiting for a player to hit the free agency because they're listening to, all of this media coverage about how Linderbaum is going to hit the free agency, but then there's like, wait a minute, rumors are floating around that he might have signed a deal, or he is going to sign, and the Ravens are waiting. And then the Ravens are like, hold up, wait a minute, rip the carpet out from underneath them. It would be off. Like, mind you, this is a rumor, and we are addressing it, because that leads into the next rumor, because this revolves around how the Ravens were able to get Max Crosby. The only way that the Ravens are able to pay Max Crosby and not have to deal with the dead cap that comes with at the end of his contract in the next 3 years, is that they have extended Lamar Jackson. That is one way to do it. Other than that, they did the whole thing. I mentioned this in the previous video earlier, where the Ravens can restructure Lamar Jackson's contract to kind of lift the cap hit a little bit. Mind you, the Ravens only had 9 to 11 million in cap. Trading Crosby and taking that contract, it sends a lot of signals up that Lamar Jackson's contract is most likely done. Or it's in the finalized period where the Ravens are able to say, okay, we can make some big moves, because all Lamar Jackson has to do is just take a pen and sign on the dotted line. So, if this is true, then the Ravens love to make their fans wait, and they love to make the NFL fan base wait, and they love to make anyone wait, just because they love to troll. And just be like, yeah, no. We got it all taken care of. We just do it behind closed doors and make everyone kind of come up with these wild theories that Lamar Jackson doesn't want to stay on the Ravens anymore, and we aren't going to be a good as a team as we have been in the past, because he's just going to wait for his 2 years to be up, or we're going to trade him. Blah 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 blah. Anything about that? No. The Ravens love to do that. That's what this tells me. Where they are like, hold on, we're gonna wait for all of this to come, hit a fan, and we are just going to just say, we have extended Lamar Jackson, we have extended Tyler Linderbaum, and it's just going to be like, honestly, I don't think Isaiah Likely is going to stay as a Raven. I just don't think it's happening. That's just a note on that. But I really do think that there's going to be something about the Lamar Jackson contract in the next few days, possibly this week, because the only way that I see the Max Crosby trade happening and us taking his contract is because of the Lamar Jackson contract extension, which allows the Ravens to push a lot of the dead cap that would have came from Lamar Jackson's cap hit this season over into future years. And it allows the Ravens to be a lot more flexible in making contract extensions, looking into the free agency, making trades, and all of this because of that particular deal. But we have to wait and see. Again, we are addressing this as a rumor, but this is what the Max Crosby deal tells me about the Lamar Jackson contract extension. Thank you for tuning in to Ravens Today. I'm your host, Connor Gioffreda. Again, subscribe to the channel, like the video. I will catch you all later.